Today we are making Amphibian. Amphibian is a cross vehicle that can move both on solid surfaces as well as on water. It has a frame, which is essentially a gearbox or a three-step speed reduction mechanism. The motor rotates very fast and we need to reduce its speed so the wheels of the car move much slower. It also increases the torque that is passed onto the wheels. From the small pulley on the motor to this large pulley is our first gear. The second gear is here, from this small pulley to this large one. And the third gear is from here to the wheels. Here's how our Amphibian works. These are all the components we need to assemble this model. Here are the parts for the box, the wheels and the hubs. These are the parts for the large pulleys, the battery, the top plate, and some small parts such as beads and dowels. We begin by making the box. These two plates we need to attach like this, so the two dots are facing each other. This will allow for the pre-drilled holes on both plates to align. The part has several openings. This is the one for the motor. The holes that are slightly larger are for the axles and the smaller ones are for the connecting dowels. It is better to begin by mounting the motor. It inserts with ease, right here. Make sure the wires are on the side with the dot. This will be the inside of the gearbox. Now we will take our dowels and insert them from the other side into the four small openings. Next we'll put on them these stopper tubes. Now place the other part of the box over the dowels. Make sure the stickers are facing each other. Now take 4 beads and put them on the tips of the dowels. We can use the small hammer to help us. These wires should be pulled from the inside out. The box is now ready. Now we can put the small pulley with the smallest opening on the motor shaft. It's going to be the drive pulley. The pulleys in this kit have openings in 2 sizes. The one with the smallest opening is the drive pulley, and the rest are with the larger openings, because they will be put on the dowels. Here we have 4 small pulleys. And we'll also be making 5 large ones. They are easy to make. To help us in assembly, we will use this simple device. Take 2 outer and 1 inner discs. First, place the outer disc on the pin. Then remove the adhesive backing from the one side of the middle inner disc. And place it over the first one, sticky side down. Press firmly. Again, remove the adhesive backing on the top and place the second outer disc over. Press firmly and carefully remove it from the pin. The pulley is ready. Repeat the same steps with the other 4 pulleys. So we have 5 larger and 4 smaller pulleys, and 1 drive pulley on the motor. Now we'll be assembling the first gear, from the motor to this large pulley. First, take one of these dowels and place one small pulley on its tip. Next, we will put the large pulley. Carefully slide it down, holding your fingers closer to the pulley. Push it down. Check if it's straight. Next, we will put on one bead here. The bead can be pushed down with the help of this rigid tube. Now we have to insert this half axle into this opening. Insert it and check that these two pulleys align. Here again we'll put a bead. Slide the bead down, but remember to leave a gap between the bead and the box's wall. By doing so, we'll ensure free rotation of the axle. Now we can connect these two pulleys with an elastic band and check their rotation. Connect the wires to the battery. One of the wires will connect with the plus contact and the other wire with the minus. Just touch. Next, we will put another small pulley onto the same axle, but on the other side of the box. The reason we have two small pulleys on both sides is because on this side the transmission will transfer to the front wheels, and on the other side the transmission will transfer to the rear wheels, or vice versa. Next, we'll be making the second gear. We'll take another dowel, put a bead on its tip, and next we'll put the large pulley. Slide it down, holding your fingers closer to the pulley. Check if it's straight. Put one more bead. Again, we can use this tube to help us slide the bead down. Insert this half-complete axle into the hole in the box just next to the other large pulley. In order to make this small and large pulley aligned, we will place one bead here. Now they are aligned. Next, here we can put one more elastic band. Here's the first gear and here's the second gear. Now we will put one more bead on the other side. Again, remember to leave a gap. Next, place one more small pulley. Here is what it should look like. Now we're going to be making the second gear, but on the other side of the box. Again, take a dowel and put a bead on its tip. Next, take a large pulley, place it on a dowel, and push it down towards the bead. Hold your fingers close to the pulley when pushing it down. Now check that it's straight. Place one more bead on this side of the pulley. Next, we'll insert this semi-axle on this side. Again, in order to make these two pulleys align, we'll have to put one more bead here. Check if they match. And here we can put one more elastic band. On this side of the box, we will put one more bead on the half axle that we just inserted. Again, make sure to leave a gap. And here we'll put our last small pulley. Now it is time to make the wheel axles. Insert one long axle into the axle openings, like this. Take a marker and mark the spot where later on we'll put the beads. Here and here. Take it out and start putting the first bead. Push it down towards the marked spot. Next, we'll put on the large pulley. But first, in order to make this large pulley and small pulley to coincide, we will need to place one small spacer here. Later on, these two pulleys will be connected with an elastic. So now it is time to put this large pulley. Carefully push it down towards the bead, avoiding breaking the axle. Now you can see that these two pulleys align. Next, we will put one more bead on this side of the axle. Again, remember to leave a gap. One more spacer here. Now we can put another elastic band here and start assembling the wheel. First goes this disc. Remove the adhesive tape backing and now put the foam wheel on the axle. Another disc will go on this side of the foam wheel. Remove the adhesive backing and stick it to the wheel. Finish it off by putting one more bead here. Here on this side of the axle, we'll put one more bead. Please push the bead down slowly and carefully, guiding it with your fingers. Next, put on the disc. Remove the adhesive tape backing. And place the foam wheel. One more disc and the bead go at the end. Now we can test how it works. Attach the wires to the contacts on the battery. Now we're going to be making the second set of wheels. Take the axle and insert it into the axle openings on the box. Again, mark the spots for the beads. Now place the first bead to the marked spot. Insert the axle and start placing the large pulley. Make sure that you're placing this pulley on the same side of the box with the drive pulley. Push it very carefully down the axle, holding your fingers close to it. This way it won't break. Now we need to make sure that these two pulleys align. Later on they will be connected with an elastic. Place one more bead on this side. Make sure to leave a gap. Now it is time to connect these two pulleys with an elastic band. Next, we're going to assemble the second set of wheels. First, put on the disc. Just like before, remove the adhesive backing. And next, put on the wheel. After that, put one more disc and finish it off with a bead. Turn the car around. On this side of the axle, we are missing this pulley. Therefore, we'll have to put one more bead here in order to place the foam wheels an equal distance from the box. Now we can put on the disc. then the foam wheel, and the last disc. And finish it off with the last bead. Now we can test the wheels again. Attach the wire tips to the battery contacts. The car is almost done. Now we'll have to cover the box with the top plate. Take the plate and place it on top of the box. We need to make the first hole here. Insert the first clip. Make one more hole on the other side, diagonally to the first one. Place another clip. Make 2 more holes on the remaining 2 corners. And place 2 more clips. Now we can stick our battery. Stick the battery on, make sure it's turned off. Now we can connect the wires. In this case, it is not important which wire connects to which terminal. Remove the bead from the first contact. Place the tip of the wire between its legs. Wrap it around and place the bead back on. To prevent the bead from coming off, slightly bend the leg. Make sure only the exposed tips are touching the metal contacts and that the tips of the wires are not touching each other. Repeat the same steps for the second wire. Now turn it on.